Good afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day and enjoying the beautiful first day of spring that we started off with today. Today is the official first day of spring, and the one thing I love about spring is when it's really nice weather like it is right now, and flowers blooming and all that stuff. But the one thing I don't like about it is when we have a potential threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. And we could potentially be having that Tuesday. And it's been talked about since last Tuesday of last week. And the Storm Prediction Center had put parts of Mississippi and Alabama and points westward at a severe weather risk on their day 7 and 8 outlook, which they do not do that very often. It's pretty rare, and when they usually do that, it's pretty serious and pretty concerning. So this has been talked about for days. There's still, the last I heard, still quite a bit of uncertainty, but parts of Mississippi and perhaps Louisiana and all are in a moderate risk for strong to severe thunderstorms, which does include the potential for basically all modes: damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes, and some that could be strong and potentially long track and violent or large. And, that's part of how it is in the deep south. As far as the Alabama situation goes, parts of west and southwest Alabama and an enhanced risk for strong to severe thunderstorms with the same thing: damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes, and some that could be strong and possibly even large, long track, and violent potentially. That is a possibility and likelihood. And the level 2 risk, which is slight, the standard slight risk, is in good portion of Alabama as well, and the risk here in the Tennessee Valley, here in north central and northwest Alabama, and possibly northeast Mississippi, is at a level 1 risk, which is marginal, which means severe storms are possible, but the threat's low but not zero. There's a good chance that that's a possibility that enhanced or slight or moderate, whatever, it could be expanded northeastward potentially. That is a possibility and perhaps a likelihood. We don't know that yet, but what I heard yesterday, and James Spann mentioned it, where the Storm Prediction Center had put that given this very strong wind shear and all the other ingredients you need for severe weather, that there could potentially be an outbreak. Now, is it possible? Yes. It may not happen, but you have to be ready for it nonetheless. Again, now from what I did find out from the National Weather Service, for here in North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee and northeast Mississippi, there is the threat for damaging winds, and a tornado cannot be ruled out. And the other issue we could have is flooding, possibly river flooding or flash flooding, and pressure gradient winds that could require a wind advisory potentially. That is indeed a possibility and likelihood. But everybody in the southeast, a good portion of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and perhaps even Arkansas too, you have to be weather aware, and you have to have a severe weather safety plan and review it now. Do not wait until the event starts to review it. Do it now. That means be sure you have a NOAA weather radio, and every home and business needs a NOAA weather radio. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. They're they're gonna wake you up in the middle of the night when you're asleep. Unlike the sirens, do not depend on those sirens. They're not dependable like they should be or used to. They're mainly limited to warning people outdoors, and that's it. Could you hear them inside from time to time? Absolutely. Is it always a scenario? No. That's why you have to have a NOAA weather radio and a free, dependable weather app on all of your mobile devices. So be sure you have that. If you're under a warning, it'll let you know. If you're in the warning, your whatever app you have on your phone, it'll let you know. If you're not in the warning, it won't go off. But now the weather radios, it will go. The weather radios do go off countywide. But the difference between them and the sirens, with the weather radio, they'll wake you up in the middle of the night. The sirens will not. Not all the time, but sometimes. Same thing with the apps on your, and if you have the wireless emergency alerts, be sure they're turned on. You know, that they go off for Amber Alerts and tornado warnings, and from what I understood, the high impact flash flood warnings. So be sure you have them enabled and turned on your phone. They'll sound a really loud tone, just like the NOAA weather radios do. Mainly if you're in that warned area in the polygon. So be sure you have that turned on and enabled on all mobile devices. As far as a severe weather safety plan, do not be in a mobile home. Do not be in a vehicle of any kind. They're the worst place to be during severe weather. They're great places to live in, but they're a death trap when it comes to severe weather. They're the worst place to be. So keep that in mind now. If you're in a side-built structure, if you got a basement, storm shelter, safe room, go there. Otherwise, if none of that's available, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from all windows and doors. That small room is a bathroom, cooler, closet, hallway. Again, on the lowest floor and near the center, away from all windows and doors. And put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And in that safe place, everybody needs a helmet on for your head, for head protection. Have shoes. Be sure you have shoes on in case you had to walk through storm damage. And have an air horn or whistle, something of that nature. That way, the first responders can get to you if you need help and you can't speak vocally. And, of course, you depend on your TV as well. Be sure you follow a reliable source. There's a lot of people out there that tend to put out hype information to scare people. And the National Weather Service does not do that. As far as I know, your local TV, your radio station doesn't do that. Just please be sure you depend on a dependable source. I cannot emphasize that enough. So that's the bottom line. Be ready for it. There's no need to panic. There's no need to be scared. Just be prepared, and everybody will be just fine. If it happens, we'll get through it. If it doesn't happen, count your blessings. I'll try to do another update as soon as I can once I find out more information. But the bottom line is be weather aware. Y'all have a wonderful day, and God bless.